post-boxing career could be promoting or is promoting. He stated he's already promoting weekly, monthly shows in the Philippines.
He has a monthly show right now, and him and Governor not Sing Song. Another governor that used to be. Yes, they do promote fights together, and they have some good prospects also.
Does he have a fighter in particular that stood out to you that you would like to say, you know what, this guy could do something for Manny?
There's one out there that's very good, and he's Manny's cousin actually, and he's a good prospect.
His name?
Freddie?
My memory is
Freddie, Manny is 37 years old. If you were to lose a step tomorrow night, would you have known that in camp, or would you have to find out like the rest of us on Saturday night?
Well, we had a little bit of a slow start in camp, and I think it had a lot to do with the long layoff. So it was really hard for Manny to get going in camp this time. And he says he realized how hard this sport is because he never really had that long layoff before. And he really didn't peak until the last 2 sparring days, and then he really came along, and the firepower was there, and everything kind of came together. And I was waiting for that moment to happen for a little bit longer than usual, but it did happen, and he is there right now, and he's in great shape for this fight, and his firepower seems to be a little more aggressive than he has been in a long time. So I like where he's at right now, but it did take a little bit longer this time than it has in the past. So getting older is part of that equation.
Freddie, because you knew Oscar was done before Manny fought him, so you would know before anyone else would. In comparison to the Mayweather camp, was this as good a camp, or not? So because he had to come on late in the camp and the late.
Well, the thing is, since he came on late, I don't think that makes a big difference. It's actually probably better to come on late so he doesn't overdo it. So I think it was ended up being the perfect timing. But the thing is, he is getting older and so forth, and but boxers are going longer into higher ages now. I mean, when I was a fighter, I retired at 27, and that was average back then for fighters to retire. But nowadays, fighters are lasting until 35s and 40s, and now Hopkins in the 50s. So. With the science we have now of athletics is much better now than it was back in when I was a kid.